disadvantages. And this is called an expository version, where you just write what are the advantages and the disadvantages of something. We shall also look at the same advantages and disadvantages, but in this instance we shall look at an opinion version, where you are giving your own opinion, or you are profiling an opinion. We shall look at the cause, problems, and solution version of an essay. We shall look at a mixed version, an opinion version, a discussion version. And lastly, we shall look at an expository and opinion version. So essays are of different types. So let us start. Advantage and disadvantage. We shall be looking at some examples, which I can assure you, one or two of these might come in your essays. Because usually when I ask questions, I don't ask things which are outside. I'll ask you exactly what you are being taught here. So if you don't pay attention, then you know that song, shall we Alright. So in some countries, young people are encouraged to work or travel for some years between finishing high school and starting university studies. Discuss the advantages and disadvantages for young people who decide to do this. So that is the question that we are asked. Then we are given an example. Now I'm not encouraging you to be reciting this example during examinations. You'll be using your own example. If you recite this, then I'll punish you by not marking, right? In various nations around the world, many people advocate taking a gap year in order to work or to travel before beginning one's tertiary education. While this offers a few advantages, there are also some disadvantages which are worth considering. So you can see how this is started. What kind of introduction is this? We go back to our introduction. What kind of introduction? A summary introduction. It summarizes what we are going to advocate taking a gap year in order to work or travel before beginning one's tertiary education. While this offers a few advantages, there are some disadvantages which are worth considering. There are two main benefits to students traveling or working before their university education. First, through traveling, they will be able to expand their horizon. When students go overseas, they will be exposed to different cultures and customs. As a result, they will gain a deeper understanding of the world. In addition, students who work will learn to appreciate the value of money. This is because they will realize that hard work involved in earning money, they will realize the hard work involved in earning money. Consequently, they will think more before practicing anything they desire and may become less impulsive in their spending. That reminds me of my friend who stays with me. That small friend of mine, in the moment I give him a lift or he jumps into my vehicle, then let us go and buy toys. To him, money that day is not an issue. One time I tried to tell him that I didn't have money. So as we were coming, thinking about let's go this way. So I didn't know why he was saying let's go this way. So we reached where the road branches to Gateway Mall, says this way. He directed me to where we normally park. He says, let's get down. Let's go this way. So we went to this auto teller machine. He says, my friend, go in there. Let's get money. So sometimes these children are very observant. On the other hand, these are the advantages, right? Then the disadvantages. On the other hand, various drawbacks may be noted. In the first place, traveling could cause people to feel homesick. Many students have not been apart from their families and friends before. So, when they travel, they may miss these people. In extreme circumstances, children may even become depressed. Additionally, students who work may not want to return to their studies. The reason for this is that they may enjoy earning money and become financially independent. Therefore, their whole future would be negatively affected. As these days, it is very important for everyone to graduate with a degree in order to be competitive in their jobs. So, the story now has been balanced. We have talked about the advantages and the disadvantages. The disadvantages are obvious. Someone travels and then they start loving the country and they start earning money and they say, I'm not going back, and so on. In conclusion, so you have pros and cons. Then you decide now that you are going to make a conclusion. In conclusion, if students take a gap year, they could gain invaluable experience and learn to become more independent. in relation to money. However, they may also become homesick and end up continuing their studies, not continuing their studies. Therefore, it is necessary to weigh the benefits against drawbacks carefully before coming to a decision as to whether students should go on such an adventure. So what kind of conclusion is this? You see, notes, when we have notes, what we have to do is read through the notes after we have learned. Because when we learn in class, immediately after learning, we end up forgetting 67% of what we have learned. And by the end of this semester, we have forgotten 96% of what we have learned. So, if you have forgotten 96%, you think you can pass the examination. So the answer to that is to read in between so that you make yourself remember. So we were only doing this last week and then we have already forgotten. You see, that is why one education philosopher, a guy called R.S. Peters, said, when he was defining education, he said education is what remains after everything else you have learned in school has been forgotten. Because most of the stuff that you learn, you forget. So the little that remains is what makes you be educated. So revising are not very, very important. Because I may just give you this paragraph or this essay and say, okay, what kind of introduction is that? What kind of conclusion is that and why? Right? So we should be able to tell us. Right? So this is a rhetorical conclusion. It doesn't tell you one way or the other. Right? It's not an opinion conclusion. Right, let us go to the second. Cause, problem, and solution type essay. Cause, problem, and solution type essay. In some countries, the average weight of people is increasing, and their level of health and fitness are decreasing. What do you think are the causes of these problems? And what measures could be taken to solve them? So, you would be given such kinds of questions. And when you are given such kind of question, you know, okay, I have to come up with the cause of the problem and then give a solution. So how does How do we do that? Here is an example. In many nations around the world, declining health and lack of fitness are becoming very common among people. There are a number of causes of this, but certain measures could be taken to alleviate this problem. There are several causes of this situation. The main one is that technological advancements have resulted in a sedentary lifestyle. What is a sedentary lifestyle? Technological advancements have resulted in a sedentary lifestyle. Sorry? I thought it was someone from there. Is someone outside answering for us? Sedentary lifestyle. Sorry? Yeah, it's more or less like secondary, not primary, secondary lifestyle where it's a bit easy, right? So that is what would be referred to as sedentary lifestyle. Because of the prevailing usage of computers and vehicles, it is no longer necessary to move around much. This leads to people becoming overweight, which also adversely affects their health and fitness. In addition, people are consuming more unhealthy processed foods nowadays. For example, fast food, junk food, and processed canned food have become extremely popular due to people's chronic busyness. Such food results in a lot of health problems if it is consumed in large quantities. So when you guys get a hamburger, some of you get a double decker. Now a double decker is not very good for you. Neither are chips. But I know I'm speaking to people who love chips so much, so that they think that is just great. Various possible courses of action could be taken in order to tackle the above. So the causes have been given. So what are the solutions? In the first place, the government could launch a nationwide campaign to raise awareness about the importance of eating healthy and exercise. Unfortunately, our government has not been done. But in Botswana, every ministry has got a football and netball team. And every Friday afternoon, they go to do some exercise. Those who are fond of football go to play football, netball, and so on and so forth. One time when I went there, I got the government was being very generous. They invited us to a hotel and said, well, we are going to have a bat to entertain you. So I was looking forward to some of these popular bands in Botswana. But lo and behold, the band was the Ministry of Education band. And the leader was none other in the Ministry of Education. So it was quite interesting. For instance, advertisements by the Ministry of Health about the dangers of eating junk food and not exercising should be regularly shown on television and the internet. Another way forward would be for school to prohibit unhealthy food from being sold in schools. If schools start to ban too much fried food or food that is high in sugar and salt, students will be forced to eat a more balanced and a healthy diet at school. The result is that health would improve dramatically. So that is the balance. The cause and then the solution. In conclusion, various factors have led to problems related to health and fitness, but this situation could be addressed by the launch of a health and fitness campaign and the implementation of effective regulations to limit the scale of unhealthy food in schools. Given this situation, it is recommended that steps should be taken immediately in order to ensure that the health and fitness of people in the country improves. So what kind of conclusion is this one? It's a conclusion which closes with a recommendation. Mixed type of essay, that is number 3. Today, more people are traveling than ever before. Why is this the case? What are the benefits of traveling for the traveler? It is undeniable that traveling has become more and more popular as compared to the past. There are several reasons why this is happening, and this situation offers various benefits. More people are taking overseas trips for the following reasons. One of the reasons is to get a better education. These days, many students in developing countries study in developed countries because many of the schools and universities there are of a higher quality. For example, most of the top ranked universities in the world are located in these countries. Countries like America, the United Kingdom. In addition, people may need to go on business trips overseas because we live in a globalized world. A person working for a multinational company may often need to travel to another office overseas for work. Also, businessmen and entrepreneurs often travel to neighboring countries in order to expand their businesses. So there are many reasons why people travel. Why do people travel to South Africa, for example? Enjoy life. Do you think the people enjoy life in South Africa?
Yeah. There's too much to do.
Have you been to Alexander Township?
No.
And do you think people enjoy life in Alexander Township?
Yeah, some people will
time, we were coming from Mauritius. South Africa had just gotten its independence, so we were on some kind of training. I was from Malawi, and then we had colleagues from all over Southern Africa, including South Africa. So one of the participants there was an advisor to the Minister of Education in South Africa. So since I was passing through South Africa, he invited me to his house to spend the night because I applied for the following day. Then he said, have you been to the townships? So I told him, so I said, no. I said, okay, let's go. So we jumped in the vehicle, it was the BMW. And to my surprise, he went to one of his growers, bought himself a revolver, and put it on the side pockets of his driver's seat. And off we went to Arizona. And now you think they enjoy life there. Why should someone be enjoying life traveling with a fully loaded gun? Is that part of enjoying life? Is that what you call enjoying? So my friend, if you go to Africa, don't think that you are going to enjoy. It's hell there. Hell on earth. Because anything can happen. But anyway, it depends on what you mean by enjoying life. 2 weeks ago, I was reading some excerpts of the Wagner book. You have read about the Wagner? Have you ever heard of a guy called Prigozhin? What are you guys? What are you looking for? What kind of news are you? The Wagner group is one group that you should be very wary about. It's a group of mercenary soldiers in Russia who might go anywhere and fight. So 2-3 weeks ago, they had issues with their bosses in the Kremlin, and they staged a mutiny. So they were kicked out of Russia, and they went to Belarus, and a camp was prepared for them, and their boss was welcoming these volunteers who were going to Belarus to regroup. And you know, when he was addressing them, the message that he was telling them, he was telling them, welcome to hell. So as far as they are concerned, that is hell on earth. And then he was welcoming these guys to hell on earth. So probably some people enjoy it. Just to agree with you. Maybe some people enjoy that kind of life.
Yeah, we do.
Oh, well. That is interesting. So, people who travel can experience many benefits. In the first place, they can again, valuable experience through their time abroad. An example of this is a person who would encounter different cultures and customs when visiting and living in another country, which could make him or her be more open-minded. Furthermore, people can also make new friends from different countries. The result of such friendships could be the creation of business opportunity or just sharing one's experiences. Consequently, the lives of both parties would be enriched. So probably you are right that we're in South Africa, lives of people when they go there are enriched. Because my uncle went to South Africa for 6 months during the time that Wenera was still functioning. Wenera. What is the meaning of Wenera? You have uncles or grandparents who went for Wenera? Or they went to Chinese in Zimbabwe. Whenever this was Wheat Batters Ranch, Native Labor Association, where for the gold mines in South Africa, people enlisted from surrounding areas, Lesotho, Botswana, Mozambique, and Malawi. Usually they used to go there for some 6-month stints, and then they would come back. Most of them would come back, let's say, to Yongwe here, where you have there used to be this school belonging to the Capital Abundance. That's where the camp was. So everywhere in Cheo, Lanta, you have the camp there called Wenera and so on. But the most famous one was the one in Mangochi. Because in Mangochi, when people went there on holiday, that is, they were coming from South Africa, they would get lost in Bonda's village there. And the women there will make sure that all the money is left behind. Now, how do you go home with no money? So you make a U-turn. Sorry. Well, I don't know. So they would go back, right? So my uncle, when he came back after 6 months, his dialect changed. Instead of speaking normally, right? He learned some language there, which was very, very funny. See? They say they speak, what language do they speak there? In the Mali Zulu, it's a mixture of Zulu, Shangani, and the others. Or it's Fanakalo. So he says to one of the kids, Nakasia Kapitu Nso. So in conclusion, people go overseas nowadays in order to receive a better education or to do business. Through going overseas, these people can given the above, it is recommended that everyone should consider taking a trip overseas at least once in their lifetime. So that is another recommendation. You should take a trip overseas at least once in your lifetime. So you can go anywhere overseas once in your lifetime. Even if it means going to some place in Mozambique to have yourself cooked if you're a football player, right? You go there and then you are placed in a pot. So that when you come back, you are an invisible player. So that is going overseas. Someone went there already?
Yeah.
I see. No, that is very adventurous. You will tell us next time. You are adventurous. Okay. Case number 4 is an opinion. Right? Some people argue that capital punishment is good for a country. To what extent do you agree or disagree? That is an opinion, kind of question. So it is asking for your opinion. It is argued by some that the death penalty benefits the nation. I completely agree with this opinion. And in this essay, I will state the reasons for my views. The most compelling reason for holding to my view is that the death penalty is an effective deterrent to serious crime. This is because it instills fear of carrying out serious crime, as people would not want to lose their life as a result of that. For example, people who are thinking of murder or committing violent acts will think twice before doing so. As a result, this policy, crime rate would go down. So that is the reason that the writer is advancing for death penalty. The death penalty, people fear that if they are caught, then they will be killed. Another reason for my position is that the government will be able to spend less money on keeping criminals in prison. If the criminal is jailed for many years or for life, the government would need to pay for the enormous expenses involved, such as the cost of food for the prisoner and the salaries of the prison personnel. However, with the death sentence, the prisoner will spend less time in prison, and this will reduce the cost of imprisonment substantially. Lastly, with capital punishment, the dangerous criminals will never be able to reoffend. Because how can you reoffend if you are 6 feet under? The reason for this is that executed criminals will no longer be alive, and therefore they will never pose a threat to society ever again. This would make society a very safe place. In conclusion, I totally agree with the opinion that sentencing serious criminals to death is beneficial for a country. This is because of its deterrent effect. It is able to save government a lot of money, and the fact that we can keep dangerous criminals out of society forever. Given this situation, it is recommended that the government around the world should speak about implementing this form of punishment. So a question would come to say, okay, fine, you are given that. So can you give an opinion to the opposite of that? So if you were asked that, how would you rebut that opinion? That about the death penalty. I remember in a single project, the death penalty was there. But when people were being executed and forced to go off the stage, people were taking that very, very seriously. So not anybody would be allowed to execute people. So in this part of the world, the guy who used to do that used to come from Zimbabwe. One time we were drinking in government hostel in Zonga, which is, I don't know whether it's now up and running again. It was gutted with fire. It was German somewhere. And I can tell you, this guy was, if there are guys who are devils on earth, that was one. Very fierce looking. Who were drinking in the bar, but the moment he came in, he was a giant with no hair. He only had some people here on top of this. We were all quiet. And some of us had never seen this guy before. So he came, grabbed the beer, and went to sit outside. So some of us whispered to some of his friends, "Who is that guy?" Someone said, "Hey, tomorrow there will be execution in Box 48. You know Box 48? That's okay, because it means that you guys are not criminals." If any criminal knows Box 48, Box 48 is maximum prison for sins of. There are two Box 48. The other Box 48. There's a thing that goes to Box 48. But Box 48 famous one is longer. So death penalties are very, very funny, because if you are to argue against the death penalty, what would you say? Why should people not be killed for their crimes? What Bible? The same Bible that we read. The same Bible.
Yes, part of the Ten Commandments.
Says what?
Not kill.
Ten Commandments. Ten Commandments, I don't know.
The one from the Holy Bible.
Says you shall not kill. It says do not kill, right? By saying do not kill, it is telling you not to kill. Right? It doesn't give you the consequences of killing. Right? So it is telling you not to kill, right?
Basically,
So once you are killed, then what happens, right? And therefore,
so that is
eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. That is the same Bible say that.
Same Bible talks about
No. Well, the Bible.
I read the Bible.
In 1632, King James commissioned the Bible. And then the Ten Commandments, of course, were added, were printed.